Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big, weird, wild world out there, folks, and here we stand. Al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, that's Sinach, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
Good morning, boys and girls. It's a beautiful Monday morning, 8:30 Central European Time, 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. for our friends in Hong Kong and the Philippines. How are you doing out there, friends? The only people I don't know what time it is or where they are the wonderful, angelic, godlike beings that download the podcast. A big hello to you. Thank you. More of you than ever before. A big good morning to the people joining us right now in the chat. Good morning, Vero. Good morning, beautiful warriors around the universe and beyond, she says. How are you doing, Vero? The bridge is here. Good morning, Vietnam. Carmen is here. Good morning. Oh, here we are, Natch. How are you doing? How was the weekend, man?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, mine too. It was productive. Made some videos. You'll be able to see those on the YouTube channel. Oh, I think I've scheduled them all to come out at 4:30. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week. What? 4 videos? Yeah, that's how I spend my time off, guys, working. You know, it's a sickness. Did you watch anything interesting this weekend, Natch?
No.
No kids' birthdays, no family get-togethers. Oh, dude, Natch, you were living.
Yes, a family lunch. Yes.
Okay. Dude, you were living the good life this weekend. Yeah, I did nothing, man. I did catch up on a lot of rest, dude. On Saturday morning, I slept. Well, Saturday, full stop. I slept all day, with brief moments of consciousness in between being passed out. Oh, it was lovely. It was so nice, friends. All right, let's see. Do we have a show for you today, guys? Oh, my God. Big news in the world of tech this weekend. But after we get into the news, we'll see 100 humans. I'm going to ask them to name activities retirees engage in. Nombra las actividades a las que se dedican los jubilados. Woo! Name activities retirees engage in. And in Complete the News, we'll find out why police were called in British Columbia. What they found when they went to investigate some screaming. Interesting. And hopefully we'll today get to the thing that is obstructing the city water line. This is becoming a bit of a meme now. I need to get through this news, Natch. I need to get through it. Today's unpopular opinion is the concept of retirement is outdated and we should rethink it. El concepto de jubilación está anticuado y hay que replanteárselo. Was that good, Natch? I'm seeing you nodding. Feels good. What do you think about this one, Natch? Where's your compass pointing?
I don't know. I would like to retire. I know it's difficult, but I would like to.
Me too. The closer I get to the age, the more I want to do it, if I'm honest. But there you go. That's today's unpopular opinion. I think you'll be surprised with how the results went on Instagram today. Okay, so I'm here, friends. You're here. Let's see what's going on in the world. Okay, here we go. Let's get into this. First of all, some news from the world of AI and tech. Natch, do you know who Sam Altman is? A figure I've mentioned many times on the show.
Yes, it rings a bell, but I'm not sure.
Oh, Natch. Oh, that's nivelazo. ProBoh doesn't approve. He was the CEO of OpenAI. OpenAI, the most important company right now in artificial intelligence. There was a coup on Friday, and Sam Altman was removed as the chief executive officer. After that, a bunch of people from the company left out of protest. Important people. It was a surprising move. Obviously, we couldn't report on it. We didn't have a show, but it's massive news in the world of AI. Sam Altman is basically the face of, for me at least, the face of AI, or at least one of the biggest movers and shakers in the world of tech right now. And as far as I'm concerned, this isn't bad news for Sam Altman. This is terrible news for OpenAI. Thank God we don't use ChatGPT, Natch. Thank God we use elves. That's all I'm saying. So, what happened? The weekend, OpenAI were under a lot of pressure to reinstate Sam Altman, to bring him back as the CEO, and bring back all the people that surrounded him that left. Ooh, big news. So here's an article from where the hell did I get this article? Well, this is from The Information, which is a publication, theinformation.com. The article discusses the upheaval at OpenAI following the board's decision to remove Sam Altman as CEO due to concerns over his transparency. Altman, a significant figure in the AI industry, was seen at OpenAI's offices soon after his dismissal, amid growing pressure from executives, staff, and investors, including Microsoft, to reinstate him. I think Microsoft gave them $10 billion or something. So that you've got to imagine, and they weren't informed about Sam Altman's ousting before it happened. So you've got to imagine they were kind of angry about this. And I've heard on the grapevine that other investors have stopped their funding for OpenAI, or halted their funding to see how this shakes out. Why? Because without Sam Altman, the face of this company, they predict something similar to when Apple fired Steve Jobs, later to reinstate him. The board decision was influenced by Altman's efforts to independently raise funds, potentially for a new microchip company, raising conflict of interest concerns. Despite this, there's substantial support for Altman within OpenAI and from venture capitalists, with discussions about possibly removing the board to facilitate his return. This situation has highlighted the unique governance and priorities of OpenAI, which, unlike typical companies, is bound by a charter to develop AI for humanity's benefit. And then, just before I started the show, I saw some new, fresh reporting that talks with Sam Altman now have broken down. So the negotiation for his return has broken down. And Emmett Shear becomes the interim CEO, the CEO over the time until they find someone permanent. Emmett Shear is the co-founder of Twitch, the site that, if you're a live viewer, that you are watching me on right now. So this is an interesting development. As always, I will keep you apprised of any further comings and goings. But yeah, it's a very important news. I know that most of you listening to this is thinking it's just important for the world of tech, but it's not. OpenAI and the technology that they provide is being relied upon by hundreds of thousands of businesses. Well, we covered it in another show, right? Wasn't it something like 90% of Fortune 500 companies using OpenAI's technology? So this is a big deal, friends. All right, next piece of news. This coming from sciencealert.com. Hang on, wait, the chat here is saying things. The live audience. Careful where you point when you let it out, Rob. I don't understand that bridge, but thank you. Vero, I don't know if it's productive or not, but I watched What We Do in the Shadow Season 5. I haven't seen the series yet, Vero, but I love the movie What We Do in the Shadows. It's so good. Directed and starring Taika Waititi, who is now involved in developing the TV show Our Flag Means Death, which is another amazing TV show. If you like What We Do in the Shadows, you will like Our Flag Means Death as well. The bridge, Sam Altman must be the man of 2023, says the bridge. Yeah, I mean, look, he's made a real impact. Him and his company that he founded, OpenAI, has made a massive impact to the world. And yeah, I think there's a good argument to say he's at least one of the most influential men of 2023. Do you know, Rob, if he has got into elf training, perchance? I don't know. He'd have to catch them, and it's quite tricky. All right, next piece of news concerning excessive screen time is linked to lower cognitive function. Woo! Excessive screen time. This is bad news for me, who lives in front of a screen. And you, Natch. And I suppose when you're at home, you don't really spend that much time in front of a screen, right? I kind of jump from one screen to another. And in between, in my commute time, I just switch to a smaller screen. Preocupante el exceso. Oh, this is a difficult one for me. El exceso. Go on, Natch. Help me out here, man. Exceso de tiempo frente a la pantalla se relaciona con una menor función cognitiva. I know I screwed that up. Let's just get past it. Let's pretend it was fine. The article from Science Alert discusses the link between excessive screen time and a lower cognitive function. A meta-analysis of various studies found a clear connection between disordered screen use and reduced cognitive abilities, particularly in attention and executive functioning. This trend was observed across all age groups and was not specific to any type of screen. This is TV, this is mobile phone, this is computer. Eek. The article suggests two possible explanations. Either disordered screen use leads to poorer cognitive function, or individuals with lower cognitive functioning are more prone to problematic screen use. The impact is significant as impaired attention can affect everyday tasks and make it harder to disengage from addictive behaviours. Natch, which do you think it is? Do you think screens are making us dumber, or dumb people use screens? Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot here. Oh,
First, I think.
The first, screens are making us dumber. I think that's because he's such a nice guy. I think that's because Natch is an angelic human, even though he doesn't download the podcast. I think it's because he's an angelic human and he doesn't want to say dumb people use screens. That's that. But hey, guys, that's just my opinion. And as Grandpa Bo used to say, opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one. They all stink, including mine. I think you might be right. But for me, it's hard to kind of draw a direct line between people, or how people's cognitive function declines from using a screen. I can see how short form video makes our attention spans shorter, but I can't see how just general screen use affects our attention span. You know what I mean? Because they're not saying, oh no, it's mobile phone use that's doing it. They're saying it's everything. But hey, who knows? Who knows? Let's continue. The article highlights the need for more research and open access data policies from tech companies to better understand the effects of screen use on cognitive function. I mean, it is true that we do kind of endlessly death scroll when we're looking at social media, and really we're dividing our attention in little micro doses. But I'm not sure if watching a TV screen for a 30-minute program is really affecting. I mean, at least I hope it's not affecting our cognitive function. What do you guys think in the live audience? How are you doing, Min? Good morning, joining us all the way from the Netherlands. How are you doing, my friend? All right, next piece of news. Let's get into the next one. And the final one from today. The day after Thanksgiving is the busiest day of the year for plumbers. Did you know that, Natch? Do you know what they call it? The day after Thanksgiving is the busiest day of the year for plumbers. Do you know what they call it? Can you guess?
No.
Well, they call it in commerce terms Black Friday, right? Plumbers apparently call it Brown Friday. El Viernes Marrón. El día después de la Acción de Gracias es el más ajetreado. Oh, thank you, Natch. I got the nod. Del año para los fontaneros, según las empresas. The article titled Brown Friday, the day after Thanksgiving is the busiest day of the year for companies, explains that the day after Thanksgiving, commonly known as Black Friday, is referred to as Brown Friday by plumbers due to a significant increase in plumbing issues. A nationwide plumbing company reports a 50% increase in calls on that day compared to the average Friday. What are you Americans eating for Thanksgiving? Dude, more fiber. ProBoh says more fiber, Americans. You know. Common problems include kitchen sink clogs. Okay. All right. I roll that back. Kitchen sink clogs, jammed garbage disposals, main sewer clogs, and toilet clogs. These issues often arise in a combination of partially clogged drains, so that go unnoticed until they increase usage on the day of the holiday weekend. Traditional Thanksgiving dishes, particularly turkey grease, pasta, rice, and other starchy, fibrous food, contribute to these clogs. There you go. So if you're celebrating Thanksgiving, you know, spare a thought for your plumbers, fontaneros. Vero here says, ajetreado. Can we get a nivelazo for the mighty Vero?
Wow, que nivelazo.
Carmen says, for this subject, I strongly recommend Nicholas Carr's The Shadows. How the internet is changing the way we think. Ooh. I wish I could screen grab that. Could you maybe send me that wherever you have me, on Instagram or something like that, Carmen? Sounds like a book I would love. All right. On that note, friends, let's move on headfirst into today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Natch, have you ever celebrated Thanksgiving?
No, never.
No, me neither, man. Well, no, that's a lie. I had an American girlfriend for a while, and we went out for dinner. But we didn't eat turkey and stuffing and all that good stuff. We had a curry. It was like a mixture of Thanksgiving and my favorite food. All right, anyway, today's unpopular opinion, today's brain fat, today's pedomental is the concept of retirement is outdated and needs rethinking. El concepto de jubilación está anticuado y hay que replanteárselo. So I asked people on Instagram. Can you guess what they said, Natch?
They said false.
They said false. Do you think a little or a lot?
A little.
Natch, you'll be surprised by this. I was surprised by this too. 77% said true. Is that because we're closer to retirement age than your average Instagram user? Like a couple of hundred people voted, and that's where it shaked out. That's crazy to me. Dudes, spare a thought for Natch and I. So yeah, 77% true. I honestly thought this would go the other way, and that I would be arguing in favor of something that I agreed with, and it didn't shake out that way. Today's unpopular opinion, people agree with it, apparently, at least on Instagram. But the real decision makers, friends, the real decision makers are you guys in the live audience. Carmen, Vero, Min, The Bridge, who else am I missing? Eugene. There's a lot of you. And there's a lot of you that aren't talking. So you guys make the decision today. Let's get into the pros and cons provided to us by the ProBoh Show elves. In the pro column, agreeing that the concept of retirement is outdated. With people living longer, healthier lives, the traditional retirement age is often no longer practical. Many individuals in their 60s and 70s are still physically and mentally capable of contributing to meaningfully to the workforce. That's a fair point, right, Natch? But my argument is this. If you've worked that many years, surely you've earned a break. No? Is that me being crazy? Is my socialism starting to affect my thought processes here? My pragmatism when it comes to the economy? Maybe. Okay, let's continue. Economic necessity. Given the strain on pension systems and the rising costs of living, especially healthcare in old age, continuing to work can be financial necessity for many. Do you remember when all the riots broke out in France when they tried to increase the age of retirement? I mean, I'll be honest, a little bit. I was like, yeah, you go, France. You know, people should retire. But the truth of the matter is, Natch, we're living too long. And there isn't the money, the money supply isn't there right now. And without some really dramatic changes economically, capping the income of the wealthy, and pouring more money into government, reducing government corruption and government misspending, without doing those things, how the hell are we supposed to pay for your average Joe's, the Robin Natch's retirement, more importantly? Screw everyone else, Natch. Screw everyone else, Warriors. Our friends in the chat. Let's think about ourselves here. Judging by my demographics, you only have around 10 years more than me to wait. So let's get real, friends. All right, let's continue. Many people derive a sense of purpose and satisfaction from their work. Retirement can lead to a loss of a sense of identity and engagement with society. Now, there is some truth to that. I mean, think about how, not so much the truth in Spain, I have noticed, but certainly in English-speaking countries, your job is the second thing you identify yourself with. Hey, what's your name? What do you do? What do you do? Always the second question. At least I ask another English speaker. You know, and that is common among English speakers. Unless you're from California, and the second thing you ask is, "What's your star sign?" Eres Géminis? No, I'm joking. I'm being facetious, but it's true. You know, hi, who are you? Ah, nice to meet you, Rob. What do you do? So maybe a lot of our identity is linked to the job title we have. Maybe there's some truth to that. I remember Richard had a guest on that was kind of pushing towards retirees returning to the workforce. And at that time, Natch, you were there right next to me, screaming, "Ah, I don't want rich people telling me I have to work." Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe because I'm not a retiree, I can't think about it clearly enough. I don't have the foresight to be able to say, well, you know what? Maybe retirees should work. Maybe they should be allowed to, to get into the workforce. Maybe this is a positive action. Interesting. Let's continue. The changing nature of work, the last point in the pro column. Advances in technology and the rise of remote and flexible work make it easier for older individuals to continue working in some capacity without the demands of a traditional 9-to-5 job. Okay. So those, I guess, are the points that most of the people, the 77% of people on Instagram, those are points that they would share. But what about Natch and I and the other 33% of people out there? How are they thinking? I suppose something like this. In the con column, Los Contras, the concept of retirement is still valid and necessary. As people age, they may face physical and cognitive decline. Retirement ensures they don't have to work when they're physically or mentally less capable. The labour market opportunities for youth. Retirement helps make room in the labour market for younger workers. Amen. With populations aging in many countries, not having older individuals retire could exacerbate youth unemployment. And there is a lot of truth to that too. I mean, slowly we are kind of aging as a society, and there are more and more old people out there agarrando a los trabajos, grabbing onto their works like koalas to trees. Their jobs, sorry. Like koalas to trees. What room does that make for young people in the labour market today? Next. Retirement provides individuals with the opportunity to enjoy life, pursue hobbies, travel, and spend time with loved ones, especially after decades of contributing to the workforce. If you're here in Europe, for every month you work, you're probably entitled to, God, what is it now? It's like 2.1 days of vacation, something like that. If you're in America, for every month you work, you're entitled to 5 minutes. Joke. Again, another joke. No, here in Europe, for around, let's say 2, okay, on the downside. You're allowed, for every month you work, you're entitled to 2 days of holidays. It kind of shakes out like that. So my question is, why after 40 years employment, are you entitled to a break? To rest, to enjoy the rest of your life without focusing on making other people rich? Where you can focus in on your pursuits, on what you want to do. Am I wrong about this, guys? Is retirement not only necessary, are we not owed retirement by society for contributing so much over the last 40, 50 years of being in the workforce? I think so. But guys, that's just my opinion. And as Grandpa Bo used to say, opinions are like buttholes, friends. Everyone has one, and they all stink. I'm going to post a poll in the chat, and you are going to tell me, is the concept of retirement, is it outdated? Anticuado? Does it need rethinking? Replanteárselo? All right, guys. So many things you could have been doing this morning. Instead of doing those things, you took the time to spend some time with Natch and I. We'll be back in a few minutes. Hey, guys. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, and what a show we're having. Wow. Yeah, so much we've spoken about today. We spoke about the ousting, the takeover, the ousting of CEO Sam Altman from OpenAI, a former CEO. Now Emmett Shear, the co-founder of Twitch, the site that a lot of our live viewers watches on. Yeah, incredible news. We'll be following this as the week progresses. Sam Altman is not going away. Yeah, he's only just started his impact, or the importance he has had and will have in AI and in tech. So it'll be interesting to follow what he does next. Then we looked at an interesting scientific study that found that excessive screen time is linked to lower cognitive function. And I worried a little bit because I spend all my life in front of screens. And then finally, Brown Friday. The day after Thanksgiving is the busiest day of the year for plumbers, apparently. Not just because... Clean your minds, guys. Not just because of the reasons you're thinking, but because of the waste issues produced with such greasy food. I didn't know that. Did you know that, Natch? Not just me.
No.
Yeah. All right, so the poll has finished. The poll, you're asking? Yeah, the encuesta. The poll, yeah. We ran a poll on today's unpopular opinion. I've got lots of comments to read, lots of comments I received on Instagram. We'll get to those in a second. 77% of people agreed on Instagram that the concept of retirement is outdated and it needs to be, we need to rethink it, apparently. I'm kind of happy with the way retirement looks. The closer I get, the happier I am. With how retirement is. All right, let's see what people were saying in the chat. All right, Vero said, nowadays the concept of retirement is not the same for all professions. It's not the same to retire being, for example, a miner than being a teacher. Exactly. Well, miners are for young people. Should be mining. Young people like 5, 6, 7 years old. I'm joking. Come on. So it's not the same to be a miner as it is to be a teacher. The skills required for both are not the same. I agree with that. It's true. Some professions are less physically demanding than others. But look, being a teacher is very, very stressful and very demanding cognitively. And it's not just your physical nature that falls into decline with old age, And even taking that aside, even saying that in your mid-70s you're still cognitively sharp, haven't you just paid enough? Haven't your contributions to society been enough? At what point can you say, like, well, that's it now, I'm done. I'm done making other people rich. It's time to enjoy the rest of my life, right? That's certainly how I see retirement. I don't know about you, Natch. How do you view retirement? I view it as like I've earned the right to stop now.
Yes, but apparently they're trying to sell us that no, that we haven't paid enough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's why it frustrates me when I hear
Yes.
people saying, you know, like, oh, no, you should be back in the workforce. You're still valid. I'm like, I know I'm valid. When I'm in my mid-60s and 70s, I'm going to know I'm valid. That's not the point, yo. The point is I've contributed enough of my life to making other people rich. It's my time to sit on my ass and do whatever the hell I want. Would you agree with that statement?
Absolutely.
All right. So all those times I've been screaming in the in our little box there, you were silently agreeing. I love it. All right, let's continue. How you doing, Ronnie? Welcome. Let's see. Min here says, with the fast technological advancements, retirement should come quicker. People can't keep up after 50. Oh, ouch. I don't know. I consider myself relatively technologically savvy, especially in my field, which is media production. But it's true. At some point, I'm not going to be interested in keeping up with the latest technological advancements, and my knowledge will slowly become outdated. So I know that was said in jest, but there is some truth to it, I think, what Min said there. All right, let's continue. Terajero, how you doing? The legendary El Terajero. Hey, Rob, what's the crack? So long I haven't watched this magnificent show. It's nice to have you back, Terajero. Okay, so Min continues here, our friend from the Netherlands. He says, in all seriousness, arguing against retirement feels really weird. I think it's due to the average person on Instagram being so young. But the people I know tend to follow the rule of the closer they are to retirement, the less they are in working a day longer than their retirement. The less they are in working a day longer than retirement. Yeah, what he's saying there is the older you are, the less likely you are to want to continue contributing, you know? That sounds bad, all right? I don't want to continue contributing anymore. It sounds bad, but look, guys, have you spent 40 years of your life, 50 years of your life working? No, then don't criticize people that have, that want to take it easy. I completely respect and understand that. I remember when my grandfather retired, and it is true. He lost a bit of his sense of purpose. But then on the other hand, he was a very, very hard-working man. And he dedicated his time to walking the dog, going to the pub, speaking to his friends. And it was a joy to behold, to see him go from this stressed-out guy who was constantly in movement to becoming a lot more of a relaxed character that enjoyed his life. That's the point, friends. Instead of dedicating 10 hours of your day to an environment that is not conducive to relaxation. Let's not forget, like, working is not a joy for most people. You exchange your time for money. A portion of that money gets distributed to the government to pay government wages and the bureaucracy and the social security system. And a great portion of that should be going towards your ability to, after whatever age it is in your country, to say, okay, enough is enough. I'm ready to stop now. Thank you very much. I mean, and now it's all the more common to hear people saying, oh, well, they said if I work another year, I'll get an extra X amount. And I'm just thinking, geez Louise, man, take a break. You've earned it. I have no retirement plan because I don't think retirement's going to exist by the time I'm ready to retire. I think in 20, 30 years, retirement's going to be a thing of the past. I think there are too many older people in the workforce as it is. I don't think there'll be enough young people to contribute to pay our retirement. Snatch. I'm sorry, that's a sad truth. So follow me on Patreon so me and Natch can escape and just work on this show. Patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you go. It's done. All right, let's continue. Sorry to be out so long, says Sarah Hero. It's not important that you've been away. What's important is that you're back, my friend. He says, retirement should be reviewed by industry and position. It is necessary for many jobs, but shouldn't be forbidden for bankers at 45. Should be forbidden for bankers. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, if they're... all right, there's an interesting point. How about this, Natch? So they're constantly trying to make us push back our retirement. Should we not force people who want to retire early to keep on working until they hit the retirement age? These rich people with plans. Oh no, I've planned for my retirement. No, I'm sorry. Your plan means nothing. You're going to keep on working until 77. I tell you what, I've often said this about education, right? If you want to improve public education, force rich people to send their kids to public schools. If you force rich people to work until retirement age, you watch a change in the law. All of a sudden, everybody would be retiring at 60. Oof. Comrades, the bald man's getting angry. Let's continue. A lot of love in the chat there for Therakero, quite right too. Surely miners should work first, then retire. Yeah, true story says that's from The Bridge. That was supposed to be interested, not in. Okay, no worries, man. Carmen, bad news. The more time you spend in front of the screen, the less you can keep up. The less you can keep up or keep it up. That is bad news as well. That's worse news than cognitive decline, in my view. If your corporate overlords have milked your existence for 50 years, you can rest once your body is no longer functional enough for them for them or yourself. I agree. Retirement is obsolete. I think Min being sarcastic there. I hope, at least. All right, so here we go. So I made the point. I'm in favor of retirement. I do have some messages here from Instagram. Let me really quickly read some of them. Rethinking retirement, yeah, it makes sense. We're probably going to switch careers a bunch, and the idea of stopping working completely at 65 doesn't fit our generation's trajectory. Eliza says, retirement as it is, it's totally outdated. We need a model that adapts to our changing work-life dynamics. You guys are monsters. You're too young to be voting on this. I don't know about that. I've worked hard all my life. Looking forward to the day I can retire, says Marcus. Marcus, amen to you, sir. Rena, the concept definitely needs a revamp. Oh, God, you guys. All right, well, look, I launched a poll to our live audience. I said, retirement is outdated and needs rethinking. They said 67% true now. Oh, friends. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong about this. I find it hard to put myself in the position of thinking, all right. I mean, I think, what's the retirement age here in Spain? It's 70, yeah, no? 70 algo.
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, not yet.
67 or something like that.
67, I think.
Yeah. Put myself in the age, I project myself into being 67 years old, and I swear to God, I already don't want to work anymore. I don't just do this, guys. Natch and I are busy bees in this office, you know. And I think by the age of 67, you've contributed enough. I really do. But that's just my opinion. You guys disagree. You think it needs changing. Maybe it should be working longer, or maybe it should be elective. I mean, if I was going to change anything, I would say that. Let's make all these people who think they're going to retire early, no, you're going to keep on working till 67. You know, the rich people who've got their money sorted? No. You keep at it, friend. And watch how the retirement age reduces for everybody. I don't know, friends. Maybe I'm just salty. Maybe I don't know. Or maybe I'm not taking the opinion of our youth into account. Because it's true. The retirement money comes from their taxes. You know? Or does it come from ours over a collective 50 years of work? I tend to think of it like that. But guys, what I think, my opinion, as Grandpa Bo used to say, my opinion and your opinion, it's like a butthole. Everyone has one. They all stink, including mine. You guys say 67% true. Retirement, the concept is outdated and needs rethinking. On that note, let's go to today's 100 Humans. Disappointing, Natch. You too, right? Maybe we're just too old to look at this rationally. Maybe we're too close to the meta, to the line, to the finish line, to look at this objectively. I guess so. It could be, eh? I mean, look, I get it. I mean, I'm not saying that old people are invalid and they can't work. Of course they can. I'm just saying at that point, they've contributed enough. I don't know. I'm not really bothered about retiring. I jumped the gun, says the bridge. Okay, but let's vote for Richard Never Retires from the morning hour. Yeah, I agree with that too. All right. Let's get into today's 100 humans. It was a long walk to work, my friends, and on that walk, I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. Today's question was, name activities retirees engage in. Nombra las actividades que se dedican los jubilados. Nombra las actividades que se dedican a los... Oh, my God, Natch. This is killing me today. The translation elf hates me. Nombra las actividades a las que se dedican los jubilados. There you go. Wow. I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. I'm in possession of the top 7 answers right now. Your job in the chat is to identify those top 7 answers. All right. As always, we turn our attention to the one and only Oracle to kick us off in this section. Natch, what's an activity that retirees engage in?
Taking care of the grandchildren.
Taking care of the grandchildren. You know, Natch, sad to say, it's not there. It's not there. Ooh. There's something... Oh. There's something kind of close to that. You go on, I'm going to give it to you. Whatever. Because I'm not sure anyone in the chat is going to get it. It's volunteering. So it's like work that you volunteer to do. And from what I know about looking after children, it's certainly work. So I'm going to give it to you. Volunteering, it's the 5th most popular answer, with 4 of 100 humans saying volunteering is an activity retirees engage in. Okay, the bridge here, this is a difficult one, I can tell, because the chat is cri. The bridge here has an answer. She says, feeding the ducks. Alimentar a los patos. Feeding the ducks. Is feeding the ducks there? No, it's not. My spell check just changed the Y to an I. She actually wrote feeling the ducks, but I'm pretty sure she meant feeding the ducks, because the feeling is way more sexual than it needs to be. Okay. All right. Going on cruises, says Carmen. Going on cruises. I'm going to give it to you. Yes, why not? Traveling is there, the 3rd most popular answer, with 10 of 100 humans saying that retirees travel. They travel. All right. I'm going to give you some clues. Okay, this is something... You got to understand where the 100 humans live. River valleys, mountain tops. They've got a lot of space, particularly outside their house, space that they own. And they can find immense satisfaction and relaxation in taking care of these spaces. Natch, what am I even talking about right now?
Gardening.
Gardening, well done, sir. Jardineria. My God. I don't even know how Spaniards speak Spanish, I'm going to be honest. All right. All right, Natch, we're going to keep on playing. This is something that that I've said is not even a sport. It's not even a sport. You know? It doesn't fill the criteria of being a sport. I'm not talking about race car driving. It consumes so much water in a world that struggles purifying water. This is just out of order. It's a rich person's activity. What is it, Natch?
Swimming.
No. If I say the words Tiger Woods.
Yeah, playing golf.
Playing golf, Natch. Well done. Yeah, that was a tough one. I would say swimming's a sport. I mean, I don't think golf is a sport. They're smacking a ball around, talking business, whatever. Okay, next one. Fourth most popular answer. Chat, you're not doing God's work right now. I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint you all. Natch, kudos to you, sir. Okay, this is an activity that you can engage in at any time of life. At any time of life. But you have more time to do it, I guess, when you're retired. It's a way to consume media, but it's not watching TV. It's not listening to the radio. It's consuming media that's been in active release since the invention of the printing press. What am I talking about?
Reading?
Reading! Well done, sir. Bridge also said reading. Veros is taking care of the grandchildren. Natch said that one already, and I gave it to him. Well done, well done. Looking at the roadworks, says the Bridge. Jeez Louise. It's not there. It's not there. All right. Okay, around Christmas time, Natch, you get a gift from your retired grandparents. Homemade. Usually an item of clothing. It's all scratchy and itchy when you wear it. What might that retiree be engaged in?
Knitting?
Knitting! Nivelazo, Natch! Tejer, I think you say in Spanish, right? Knitting, well done, Natch. Seventh most popular answer with 3 of 100 humans saying knitting. All right, last one. Are you ready? Something, an activity retirees engage in. This is a way to get from A to B. Except for in Spain, where it's an activity. I'm going to go and... It's a way to get from A to B. Most pleasurable in nature, I would imagine. What am I talking about?
Going for a walk.
Going for a walk! Caminar. Voy a pasear. Yeah, I mean, in England, walking is just a way to get from your bathroom to your fridge. In Spain, it's an activity. I love it. All right, so here we go. I asked 100 humans to name activities that retirees engage in. In position number 7, we had knitting, tejar, with 3 of 100 humans. Vera also said walking, by the way. Congratulations, Vera. In position number 6, we had walking. 3 of 100 humans said that one. In position number 5 was volunteering. And, you know, we under that umbrella, we slid taking care of the grandchildren. In position number 4, we had reading. In position number 3, Carmen got this one. It was traveling. Well done, well done. In position number 2, we had golf. Playing golf. Engaging in golf. It's not a sport. Get over yourselves. And finally, in position number 1, well done to the Natch. It was gardening. Well done, well done. Bridge here says, hacer punto, knitting, although nobody uses the term. In fact, tricotar. Have you ever heard that before, Natch? Tricotar. What's tejer, entonces?
Well, tejer is, for me, it's almost the same.
Yeah, okay.
So, you see.
Yeah. Just before I thoroughly torture the translation elf. You know, poor guy. All right, let's go to Complete the News.
Complete the news!
Okay, just to keep it on topic and to finish this piece of news that's haunted us all last week, we're going to find out what is obstructing the city water line in Ciudad Victoria. Okay, so here we go. This is Complete the News. I have a news headline. But I'm going to leave out some important information. Your job in the live audience is to complete the news with the 3 options I give you. Here we go. Large blank found to be an obstruction in the city water line. Large blank found to be obstruction in city water line. Hayan una blank de gran tamaño que obstruía la tubería de agua de la ciudad. All right. Is it A, a poop? The gran tamaño, a big poop, a large poop. Is it B, a body or a cadaver? Or is it C, a crocodile? Or alligator? One of these days, the answer's going to be crocodile, and you're all going to be like, oh, it was today. A, B, or C? Large blank found to be obstruction in the city waterline. Is it A, a poop? Caca. Is it B, a cadaver? Cadaver in Spanish. A body, dead body. Or is it C, a crocodile? Cocodrilo. A, B, or C? Found to be an obstruction in the city waterline. In Ciudad Victoria. What do you think, Natch? Where's your compass pointing on this one?
See, I think today's the day.
You think today's the day it's crocodile? Chat seems to agree with you. Chat seems to agree. But is it? Is it today? To tricotar is done with a machine. To knit, you only need 2 needles. True story, Vero. True story. Can we get a nivelazo for Vero? She's killing it.
Wow, que nivelazo.
Okay, corroborate. Yeah, C in the chat as well. Large blank found to be obstruction in the city waterline. Here we go. Large. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed C. Today was the day. Today was the day that crocodile was the answer. In Ciudad Victoria, city workers discovered a large crocodile obstructing a part of the waterline. The Drinking Water and Sewage Commission personnel heard an unusual sound while clearing strainers and lines at the pumping station, leading them to find a trapped crocodile flicking its tail. There you go, it was crocodile. Now we can move on to other animals. All right, my friends. Wow, hell of a show, guys. Thank you. Stay tuned. The podcast will go up in a few hours, as will the video on YouTube. And this afternoon, a special video going up on the ProBoh Show YouTube channel. Of course, as always, all the links to the show, you can find them on my Patreon, patreon.com/professional bohemian. You can now join it for free, although not all the content that comes out there is for free. All right, my friends, so many things you could have been doing this morning. Instead of doing those things, you took the time to spend some time with me and the Natch, and it means the world. See you tomorrow.